about the people on the card, those people would be right. I don't want to do that. And by the way, IFN stirs the pot more than a freaking chef in a busy kitchen on a Friday night. They post a response that Mams had to an individual here. It says, "Oh yes, please, Mams. Just saying, fuck all that old beef, make this happen." Mams said, "Wade is very welcome to watch as a pay-per-view customer." Which, again, I'm not really upset at. Okay, yeah, sure. I knew that answer was coming because of course not. There have been multiple opportunities to have this thing worked out and we just can't do it. No big deal. That's fine. And honestly, that's a pretty tame response from Mams Taylor. Not really an escalation of the beef. But when I do go back and I respond to something like this with, the truth, which is what I said here, which is a response to the IFN tweet itself, I think. I just said simply, the event is not about me. It would have been a great moment to be a part of it, but only to build the fights and the fighters there. Unfortunately, we can't put egos aside, but it is what it is. I'll be watching regardless. And again, it's just me alluding to the actual reason I'm not over there doing work with them. And again, me getting into further details on that, like is being fiended for on the internet, is not something that I'm at liberty to do. Because again, when I make a mistake, I do not make the same one twice. I'm not trying to name names or go into private comment. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just simply saying that on both sides of this, yes, part of it being my ego, which I am willing to set aside, and I've said that, and the other side of things that, again, does seem to be a little hurt from the entire situation and feel scorned to the point where they would rather let it affect business than potentially grow business together. They have their reasons for that, and they don't need me to be there. And that's okay. But the truth is that egos can't be put aside, and I will still be watching regardless, because I support the card, I support the growth of Misfits, I support Give and Slim.
I bought some more cards, but they haven't come in yet. So yeah, I definitely bought some, but they haven't come in.
And hell, I even support Mams Taylor in doing all of it because you know what? They don't need me. They need Mams to do his job and do a good job at it and build these cards. So the last thing I want to do is tear them down. That's not what I'm here to do. It's never been what I'm here to do. And again, maybe you guys think this is revisionist history, but that's all I've said from the very beginning. From when this beef started in 2022 over a very innocent, in my opinion, extrapolation from something that wasn't even something I said. It was an extrapolation from what one Jake Paul said about drawing power and this and that. This is all very petty to me and something that, again, never needed to go as far as it has. But here we are. So we're all rolling around in the mud together like a bunch of freaking hogs. And I grew up in the country. I can get money. Because from that comment sparked another response from the horseback riding fiend himself, Mams Taylor, who said, Mams didn't screw Wade, Wade screwed Wade. And I know that Mams Taylor loves wrestling. In fact, Mams Taylor's a mark for pro wrestling. Because this is 101 Vince McMahon stuff. Brett screwed Brett, right? The Montreal screw job. Someone even said it here, the Qatar screw job. And listen, maybe it's just me. I love pro wrestling as well. I don't think I would be making quotes that are attributed to Vince McMahon right now if you know what's going on with him. It just shows me that they can't let it go. And I don't understand why. If I wasn't that important, if I wasn't needed and I was supposedly hurting business, why is it that when my name gets brought up by somebody at Misfits or Mams Taylor or anybody on the internet that covers this scene, that people's attention does get sparked by it? Because I was told that I was hurting business, I was devaluing KSI and the company and all these different things, which doesn't seem to be the case when I keep seeing my name on the Twitter of the guy that runs the business. And I'm not saying he doesn't have any right to say what he wants to say. That's fine, but I'm just confused because I thought I wasn't needed to be there or to be said or brought up, but somehow continually I am brought up. And again, it's so stupid and it's so petty. I even talking about it on the channel because again, I didn't want this. I'm just trying to wait and get to this Mike Tyson fight and cover the Give and Slim thing. And while yes, sometimes I will play into it, I'd rather not have to deal with shit like this. But if you take shots at me, then I'm going to respond. So I said, nice one, Vince. The man that Mams is cosplaying here on this Halloween. Don't know if he could fill the shoes and definitely need some hair plugs to do it. But hey, give it your best shot. Some things never change. And years later, you still won't let it go. I knew I made the right decision. And again, that may seem like me trying to take a dig, but I am just telling you the truth here. They just won't let it go. And I did make the right decision in doing what I'm currently doing now, because doing this back and forth, pissy pants, prancy dance